I don't know what's happening to him. It's like last lesson, he's like, it seems to be that he's already in Caracas or where he going.
Caracas. Como que no te he entendido.
Yeah, what I said and that it seems to be that he's already on holidays.
Holidays.
Yeah, because he's never the lesson. He's never here. Okay. So my question is, if you had a lot of money and you needn't working, what would you do? Where would you go? So like just imagine that you win a lottery. What is your reaction?
I don't need work.
Yeah, it's like you got enough. You can choose whatever you want to do. So if you want to continue working, why not? You can.
Mm, I think I travel for all countries of the world. I
I
don't.
would. Acuérdate que aquí vamos a usar potencial. O sea, I would travel. I would. O sea, yo viajaría. Vamos a pronunciar. I would.
I would travel for the world. Mhm.
Around the world. I would travel around the world. And what would be your first place to go and to visit?
Morocco.
Mhm.
Morocco.
Ah, to Morocco. Good. Haven't you been there before?
Eh?
Haven't you been there before?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been there?
Haven't been. Buah, es que hoy voy a eso.
Wake up. Have you ever been there?
That's what's been.
Si has estado allí alguna vez.
Ah, no, no.
Have you ever been there?
No, I don't.
You can say not yet. Not yet. Sorry. We can say not yet. Todavía no. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Not yet. Y acuérdate, cuando preguntamos si has estado alguna vez en algún sitio, usamos present perfect. Have you ever, and continue the sentence. For example, have you ever eaten a cat?
No. No yet.
Not yet, or no, I haven't. We reply, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Okay. Have you ever danced in the rain?
Yes.
Yes, I have. Yes, I
Yes.
have. Okay. Have you ever eaten an octopus?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Have you ever met any celebrity?
Yes, I have.
Who?
It's in the Spanish hip hop world. No.
Ah, okay. Have you ever eaten? Have you ever eaten a raw mushroom?
What?
A raw mushrooms.
Yes, I have.
Raw significa crudo.
Yes, yes.
Me too. And kind of carpaccio, you can use you can perfectly use raw mushrooms as well, but they have to be very, very fresh. Okay. Have you ever drinking more than 2 liters in the same go of water? Water.
uh, in the one time, no?
Yeah, in one go.
Yes.
Why? What happened then? What was the situation?
One day in the mountain,
Uh,
the,
so
uh,
you had to
my
be
friend and
thirsty,
me
thirsty enough.
don't have water, don't have water in the mountain, and when go to the city, take bottles and
Exactly. When we got to the city, que podemos usar el verbo get, que es no solo es conseguir, sino llegar a algún sitio también, ¿sabes? Que tiene un montón de significado. When we got to the city, I was so thirsty that I drank a lot at the same go. Okay. Have you ever won a lottery or something? Have you ever won a prize of money?
no, because I don't play.
Never.
My mom, my and the family, yes, but I me directly, no.
Okay. Me personally, because me personally.
Me
Me
personally,
personally. I did. I did sometimes, but not big amount of money, like 15 euros, something like that. And where I really win is in bingo. It was funny because one period of my life with a group of friends of mine, on Saturdays we used to go to Alicante to the bingo there, and we put 10 euros each one, like in the center, with a group of one. So it was like all the money together, and in each go we took this kind of ticket that you need to use for playing, and we were playing till we win bingo. Each time we went there, each time we won. Each time, and like when the bingo is like 300 euros something, 400 euros, it was like we won, so we take the money and we go party with this money.
I win
And
only
yeah,
I I win only in the poker or the blackjack.
poker. But do you play online games, or you play poker with cards?
No, with car when I meet with the friends
When you
and
okay.
I'm
We don't
playing
say meet friends. When I meet friends,
when
es en español, hace quedar con alguien. En inglés, with no hace falta. I meet friends. When I meet friends, we play together. Yeah, I also like poker. That's why I don't play, because if I don't win, I get very angry. I'm not good in playing. I'm not good in playing. So yeah, but I want to win. If I don't win, the game for me is not interesting. So I'm playing to lose. No, thank you. I prefer to do something else. That's logical.
yeah, it's logical.
Okay. We did we finish? No, that's passive. Just let me open the grammar where we start. Because I just don't remember. Because the passive, it's not for you. We were not doing it. Okay, so let's continue with a bit of grammar. But it's not yours. It's not yours. That's not for you.
Wait, no.
Yes, sure.
So they have date in the file.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, today we're going to talk about the conditionals. Okay, what are the conditionals? How do you understand that with your own words?
The
Can you? If you can't, don't worry. So, with the conditional, we have a sentence that is composed by two other sentences, like this. And it normally goes with if, which is the reason. If something happens, some other thing happens as well. Okay, so one is the condition and the other is consequence of it. And sometimes we can express different meaning. For example, look the difference between two sentences. If it rains, I will take my umbrella. Yeah, because right now it's not raining, but if it rains, I will take my umbrella with me. At the same moment, I can say, let me just change the color. It rains. Yeah, if it rains, I can say I take my umbrella. I take my umbrella, or I can say I will take my umbrella. What is the difference between if it rains, I take my umbrella, and if it rains, I will take my umbrella? Do they mean the same?
At the moment.
Similar, but no. When I say if it rains, I take my umbrella with me, that means that is usual for me. Each time it rains, I take my umbrella. I always take my umbrella. With the second sentence means that I'm talking about today or maybe tomorrow. Like imagine the situation, say, Sonia, if you go out, take your umbrella. And I answer, if it rains, I will take my umbrella. But if it doesn't rain, I won't need it. Okay, so the difference. If in the second part, not with if, in the second part, the consequences of the of some condition. So if it's something usual for you, like if you can like
Usual.
in spite of if, yeah, you can say when it rains, I take my umbrella. If it rains, I take my umbrella. So it's the same. Si ese if se puede sustituir por cuando llueve, cojo mi paraguas. Siempre, cuando llueve, siempre lo cojo. ¿Vale? That if it rains,
La otra
I
sería
will.
más, lo habría cogido en esta situación.
No. Si llueve, lo cogeré. Pero si no llueve, no. Sino que es como de una condición ya específica. En el grado, digamos, en el grado de probabilidad de que algo pase, aquí es un 100%, por así decirlo. Siempre que llueve, siempre lo cojo. No, aquí tú no tienes duda. Si yo digo, it rains, I will take, hay un grado de duda. Si llueve, lo cojo. Si no llueve, no lo cojo. Por así decirlo, 50-50, 50-50. ¿Ok? Y ahora complicamos la cosa. La probabilidad la elevamos, la hacemos más dura. If it rained. Lo pongo pasado. Si lloviera. If it rained. En la segunda parte diría, I would take my umbrella. You know, so it's not the probability, the possibility of this to happen. No, there's no probability. It's very low. If it were, si lloviera, I would take, cogería. But it's not raining, so I didn't take it with me. ¿Vale? Ojo, ojito, después de if, vamos a poner siempre con la condición el tiempo pasado, ¿vale? En la consecuencia would take, no al revés. Después de if, o bien va el presente, o bien va past simple. En la segunda parte podemos tener present, future simple, or the potential would take. ¿Vale? Básicamente es esto. Vamos a ir ahora al libro. Aquí vemos más ejemplos. Okay, let's go. Compare these examples. Shall we go by bus or by train? If we go by bus, it will be cheaper. ¿Entiendes? Si vamos en el bus, será más barato. ¿Vale? If we go, it will be. It's possible that they will go by bus. Okay, it's possible. Here, Liza and Jess decide to go by train. Later, Jess talks to Joe. How are you going to travel? We are going by train. If we went by bus, it would be cheaper, but the train is quicker. Si fuéramos, sería más barato, pero este es más rápido. So now Jess knows they are not going to travel by bus. So she says, if we went, it would be. But so they are not doing it. Okay? When we imagine something that will not happen, or we don't expect that it will happen, we use if plus past simple. If we went, if there was, if you found, si fuéramos, si fueras, no, si hubiera, si encontraras, etc. But the meaning is not past, pero no tiene significado del pasado, ¿vale? Usamos past simple para formar esta condicional, pero no se traduce como pasado, como past simple, ¿vale? O sea que el significado no, el significado es de condicional, de condición, de tener una condición. So, vamos a leer, lee tú los ejemplos estos.
What would you do if you won a lot of money? We don't really expect this to happen.
Really, pronounce we don't really expect this to happen.
If there was or were an election tomorrow, who would you vote for?
If there was an election tomorrow, pero también es correcto decir if there were an election tomorrow, who would you vote for? But tomorrow we are not having any elections. Okay. For if was were, sí, esto es otra cosa. Vamos a comparar. Compare if I find and if I found. ¿Más?
I think I left my watch at your house. If you find it, can you call me? If you found a wallet in the street, what would you do with it?
What would you do with it? O sea, si lo encuentras, he olvidado el reloj en tu casa, creo que lo he olvidado. Si lo encuentras, llámame. ¿Vale? Y la otra, si tú encontraras una cartera, ¿qué harías con ella? Yeah, good question. If you found a wallet in the street, what would you do with it?
I take the money and give the wallet to the police.
You're 100% not German. Okay, great. Next point. We do not normally use would in the if part of the sentence. Es lo que he dicho. Después de if, would no se usa. Read the examples, please.
Okay. I'd be very scared if somebody pointed a gun at me. If we went by bus,
if we went by bus,
it would be cheaper.
Would se usa en la parte de if. O sea, pero la parte de la frase de if puede estar al principio o al final. ¿Vale?
Vale,
Es la
porque
condición. Claro, si la frase la puedes empezar por una o por otra. Da lo mismo,
la
¿vale?
D sería de I would, ¿no? I would be very scared.
Sí, sí, esto es I would be very scared if somebody pointed a gun at me. Actually, I would be very scared too. It's normal. I think it's logical for it. But it said that. But we can use if would when you ask somebody to do something. Okay.
I would be grateful if you would let me know your decision as soon as possible.
It's like because he is not conditional. It's not a conditional. It's like a formal way of speaking. For example, another example is like I would very appreciate if you would send me the documents as soon as possible. O sea, apreciaría mucho si pudiera mandarme la documentación o lo más pronto posible. Pero otra vez, es una manera amable, correcta, formal de hablar, sobre todo en la correspondencia. Okay, in the other part of the sentence, not the if part, we use would or wouldn't. Okay, please read the examples.
What would you do if you were bitten by a snake? I'm not going to bed yet. I'm not tired. If I went to
Tired, pronounce well. Tired. I'm not tired.
I'm not tired. If I went to bed now, I wouldn't sleep.
I wouldn't sleep.
I wouldn't sleep. Would you mean if I
Mind.
if I used your phone?
Would you mind if I used your phone? Can you translate that into Spanish, please? I know what to ask, yes.
¿Podrías decirme cuándo has usado mi móvil? ¿O?
¿Te importaría si usara tu móvil? ¿Te importaría? Would you mind? So, is it important for you? Would you get annoyed or... Okay. Could and might are also possible. So, we can say would, but we can also use modal verbs, but in form could or might. Okay. See the examples, please.
If I want a lot of money, I might buy a house. If it stops raining, we could go out.
We could go out. If it stopped raining.
It stopped raining.
I'm talking about the verb stop. And do you remember the difference? If, for example, I stopped smoking and I stopped to smoke. Which one is correct? What do you think?
No sé si me lo voy a apuntar.
Which one is correct? I stopped smoking or I stopped to smoke?
But the difference is una era dejar de fumar y la otra era como dejar de fumar en el momento, en el sitio o algo de eso.
Stop doing something. The first one. Stop doing something is to give up this activity. Like, I stopped eating, he dejado de comer. O sea, I stopped smoking, he dejado de fumar. It's like, you are not doing it anymore. So it's like the end of this activity, the hobby, or something that you used to do before. So I stopped smoking. It's like, I don't smoke anymore. And I stopped to smoke actually means that you were walking, like down the street and you stopped, you took the cigarette and you smoke it.
Okay.
So you stopped with the proposal of doing something. So it's like if you use infinitive after the verb stop, that means that you are doing it. But if you use ing form, that means that you are not doing it. But absolutely different. One is leave it, and another one, stop doing other things that you were doing to do this one. For example, I stopped at the corner to get a burger. He parado en la esquina para coger una hamburguesa. And I stopped eating burgers because they're not healthy. Y he dejado de comer hamburguesas porque no es sano. Okay, good. Now let's go with some exercises. Okay, let's go. So, what do you say in these situations? Okay, you need to choose the correct. Let's see the example. Of course, you don't expect to win the lottery. Which do you say? If I won the lottery, I'd buy a big house. If I win the lottery, I'll buy a big house. No, because you are not expecting to win the lottery. Okay, let's go with the next example, number 2 for you.
You are not going to sell your car because it's old and not worth much. Which do you say? If I sold my car, I won't get much money for it.
I wouldn't
Wouldn't
get much money for it. Another question is worth. How do you say that in Spanish? Worth es como merecer. O sea, que no merece mucho, o sea, que no vale nada.
Digo, a ver, yo por una frase así lo habría traducido pues como eso. No me van a dar mucho. Sé que no es la traducción perfecta, pero digo.
Sí, worth es merecer algo. Entonces, como no merece mucho, quiere decir que no vale nada.
Sí, como
¿Okay?
en español no vale la pena. Que digamos.
Efectivamente, sí. Y generalmente, por ejemplo, ¿de verdad me merezco esto? O sea, ¿do I worth it? ¿Do I worth it? Okay, next. Let's go with number 3.
Okay. You often
Don't pronounce T.
often see
You often see Sarah?
a friend of yours wants to contact her. Which do you say? If I saw Sarah, I tell her to call you.
You often see Sarah, so it's probably that you can see her. It's not impossible.
Okay, if I see Sarah,
If I see Sarah,
I will tell her to call you.
To call you. Great, let's go with number 4.
You don't expect that there will be a fire in the building. Which do you say? What? ¿Es eso?
You don't expect a fire in the building. O sea, no esperas que haya fuego en el edificio.
What would you do if there was a fire in the building?
A fire in the building. What would you do if there was a fire in the building? Good question. What would you do if there was a fire in the building? Run!
First, advise all the people in the zone, active the alarm in the situation I have, and exit the flat. But don't forget the other animals.
But have you got animals?
No, at the moment.
Guinea pig?
But I know the friend of the last flat have one dog.
Let's save animals, all of them. They have to be safe. Okay. Let's go with the next one. Number 5.
You never lost your passport. You can only imagine it.
Imagine it.
Imagine it. I don't know. I don't know what I will do if I lose my passport.
I don't know what I'd do if I lost my passport. So you can't imagine you losing your passport. For you, it's an impossible situation. I'll tell you, what would you do if you lost your passport? Your passport or your ID card is the same?
It's a fact, but the problem is this. I prefer lose the card ID than the passport because the passport is for all
For
of them.
traveling. You can use it for traveling.
But the ID it's for Deutschland, Spain, the Europe.
For Europe, for Europe. Yeah, it's used for Europe. But anyway, if you lose your ID or your passport or anything, you need to go to the police offices. I tell them, hello. Okay. You remember me in summer when I lost mine in Spain and I needed to travel again there to get my new card? Not funny. It is better not to lose anything and be careful with your stuff. Okay, let's go with number 6.
Yeah, somebody stops you and ask the way to the bank. Which do you say? If you go right at the end of the street, you will see a bank on yourself.
On your left.
Left, but
The bank on yourself. Verás el banco en ti mismo. On your left side. So if you go right at the end of the street, you'll see the bank on your left. Why? Because you know where the bank is. And you're saying the person because the bank is real and you know that it's there. But just imagine that you went back and said, I couldn't find the bank. And then I say, okay, if you went right at the end of the street, you would see the bank on your left, but you went wrong way. O sea, si fueras de esta manera, sí que lo encontrarías, pero ha sido de manera equivocada. Okay, next, 7.
You are in a lift. There is an emergency button. Nobody is going to press it. Which do you say? Okay. What will happen if somebody pressed that button?
Nobody is going to press it. Nobody is going to touch.
Okay. What will happen if somebody pressed that button?
What would happen if somebody pressed that button? Have you ever pressed some emergency button?
Sorry.
Have you ever pressed an emergency button?
Yes, but not for emergency.
Me too, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, you know? It's like it was in the airport toilet. And normally, toilets for people with discapacity are bigger enough. So I always prefer to go to those toilets. So, and I was there, and I actually couldn't find the button that you need to press, for the water. Do you know after using the toilet? So I was like, where, and I saw a button and I just pressed it, and that was emergency. But I thought it was for the water inside. I just imagine I was inside washing my hands and people started like opening the door. So I was like sorry, I didn't want to press it, and it was a mistake because I realized, but later, that that was an automatic toilet. So once you stir it up, it works. But, in my case, it was like, what's the bottom? Like, just press the emergency. I don't know, because maybe, for people with this capacity, maybe it's like, it's this one. Okay, so, but I'm not pressing any strange things in my life because it was an embarrassing situation. Like people coming into me, watching my hands, like, hello. Okay, we still have two exercises more. Let's go with the second one. Here we need to open the brackets and put the verb into the correct form. Okay.
Okay.
So the example, I'd be very scared if somebody pointed again at me. Your turn, number 2.
I can't afford to buy a car. If I bought a car, I I have to borrow the money.
I can't afford to buy a car. If I
Bought.
if I bought a car, I'd have to borrow the money. How do you translate into Spanish? I can't afford to buy a car.
No puedo afford.
No me puedo permitir. That means that I don't have enough money or I don't have enough conditions to have something. For example, I can't afford. I can't afford to travel to Maldives Islands right now.
But afford is permitir o es la unión de can afford.
Yeah, afford es permitirse, no permitir, permitirse uno algo.
Okay.
It's like you want to do something and you need to calculate if you have enough for this or no. For example, just imagine or walking down the street and we like going to an expensive restaurant, very expensive. I was like, Sonia, have you seen the prices here? I was like, don't worry, we can afford it. That means that I have enough to cover it. Like, don't worry, we can afford. Can't, we don't have enough. And we saw that before, but I want to ask, borrow. How would you translate into Spanish?
Borrow era pedir, ¿no? Que digamos.
Yeah, prestar. It's ask somebody to give you money. It's borrow. Borrow. When somebody else gives you the money. And when you give the money to the other person?
I forgot.
Lend.
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 Finishing there, ¿no?
Lend. Can you lend me some euros, please? ¿Puede prestarme un par de euros? Can you lend me some euros, please? So I ask you to give me money. Or like, I don't like borrowing.
Entonces
Sorry?
las dos valen igual, ¿no? Para decir que prestas o que te prestan, ¿no?
Es que en español, por eso le pongo la atención, porque aquí, porque en castellano suena los dos prestar. ¿Vale? I don't want to borrow money, so I am not going out till I get my salary. No me gusta coger prestado el dinero, por eso no salgo hasta que no cobre. Okay, so lend, give money, borrow, take money. Okay. Let's go. Let's continue number 3. Ah, mira, en la siguiente justo está lend. Number 4.
Don't lend Amy your car. If she uh, asked me, I would lend her mine.
I wouldn't lend her mine. O sea, no le dejes el coche. O sea, no le des prestado el coche. Si me preguntara ella, yo no se lo dejaría. So, I can conclude that Amy is not very careful with transport. Okay, next.
The computer factory closed down. Many people lost their jobs.
If the computer factory closed down, the if part is covered. You have this second part, the consequences. Many people
Lose.
would lose.
Would.
Would lose, perderían. Many people would lose their jobs. Many people would lose their jobs. Next.
I don't think Gary and Emma will get married. I will be amazed if they did.
They did is past simple. So, and the consequence part, o sea,
Will be.
si lo hicieran, if they did, si lo hicieran. I would be amazed. I would be amazed if they did. Okay. Next, number 6.
What would you do if you are in a lift? No?
What would you do? What would you do? ¿Qué harías si fueras en el ascensor?
My God. You've been in a lift.
¿Cómo se dice en past simple el verbo to be?
You was.
You.
In a lift and it stopped between floors.
Stopped between floors. Have you ever been in this situation?
No.
I did. I did. That was
the last time in the hood. One time I stopped, but a little bit down, 15 centimeters less. And I opened the door and up.
I remember we were in a party and we did this situation, but the problem was that it was a private house. We were there like a big group of friends, and in the private house there were like four floors, and they had a lift too. And I wanted to go with my friend. With my best friend there in Spain together in the lift, but at the end everybody started, you're going to the top terrace, are you going to the top terrace, we want to. So the lift was full, and when we pressed the button, it moved some meters and it stopped there. And we tried to open the doors, but it stopped really in the middle, of course. And that was, wow, that was a bit scary, and almost everybody was with the drinks in our hands. and we actually needed to jump because it was Saturday night, and I tried to call to the service for lifts, etc., but it was not possible because it's a private house, so nobody could get in. It's closed from outside, so it's not a public space. Gosh, so at the end, everybody is okay, but yeah, we needed to jump. And it was a bit dangerous. Okay, number 7.
If somebody gave me 10,000 pounds, eh, I will have a very
I would have. I would have a very long holiday. What would you do if somebody gave you 10,000 pounds?
¿Qué haría?
What would you do?
Both in if I have 10,000 pounds, I bought
I would
I
buy.
would buy a camper.
Okay, not bad. And I would get very surprised why somebody is giving me 10,000 pounds. It's like a joke, and it's a joke. What would you do if you won 10 million euros? I would go crazy. En español, fliparía en colores. Okay, let's go. Here we need to write sentences beginning with if. We decided not to catch the train. Arrived too early. So if we caught the 10:30 train, we'd arrive too early. Let's go. Do you understand what you need to do? Please.
¿Qué?
Do you understand what you need to do?
Más o menos.
You have a condition. You have a condition here. Like, for example, Kevin is not going to do his driving test now. O sea, no va a hacer el examen de conducir. ¿Por qué?
Fallaría.
Ya. ¿Por qué? Porque suspendería, le saldría mal. Entonces, transformamos la frase. Si Kevin hiciera el examen de conducir, lo suspendería. ¿Ves por qué tienes que transformar? Do. Do the driving test.
If he going to...
No. Going, ¿para qué? Do en pasado, si lo hiciera. Entonces tenemos que poner past simple. Si lo hiciera, do en past simple.
He doing?
No.
This.
Did. If he did the test, he would fail. ¿Ok? Vamos con la siguiente.
If we decide...
O puede decir, si estuviéramos en el hotel, con el verbo stay. Usa el stay.
If we stayed
If we stayed
at a hotel,
at a hotel,
at a hotel,
it would cost much. It would cost much. Costaría mucho. It would cost much. Okay, next.
if she
Si dejase o si dejara el trabajo, no encontraría otro. Let's go together. If Sally leave en pasado.
Leave.
left her job. Ahora, ella no encontraría otro.
He wouldn't.
She wouldn't, very good.
Get another one.
Get another one. Okay, brilliant. One more, 5. No invitamos a Ben, ¿por qué? Porque tenemos amigos, ya serían un montón. Entonces, si invitáramos a Ben, tendríamos que invitar a sus amigos.
If we invite,
if we invited
Ben, we will
we would
to invite his friends too.
We would have, o sea, tendríamos que, we would have to invite his friends. Okay. The last one of this.
If I go.
Tell.
If I told.
If I told him what happened.
He wouldn't.
Yeah.
Believe me.
He wouldn't believe. He wouldn't believe me. Okay, and now the last one. You need to complete the sentences with what you think. But be careful, you have starting with I would on if you. I would. O sea, 2 tienes que poner las condiciones y 2 las consecuencias, ¿ok? If I won a lottery, I'd buy a house. If, no, a lottery, no. If I won a lot of money, I would be less stressed, I think. Okay, let's go with number 2.
I'd be very angry if I don't eat in one day.
If I didn't eat.
I didn't.
I'd be very angry if I didn't eat for a day. I'd be very angry if I can get angry easily with anything. No, I'd be very angry if I didn't sleep for a week. Okay, next.
If you bought a car, I would buy a camper.
So if you bought a car, tú continúa la frase. Serías, echarías, estarías, por ejemplo, si compraras el coche, tendrías que pagar el seguro.
Ok. No, que la había traducido. You bought a car, you will need pay the security.
Insurance. Okay. If you bought a car, you couldn't drink so much at weekends. Then next. I'd be surprised if
I won a lottery.
If I won a lottery, okay. I'd be surprised if tomorrow were 25 degrees in Germany. Very surprised, but positively. Okay, one more.
What do you mean?
Would you mind if, ¿te importaría si? Would you mind if?
Ahora mismo no se me ocurre.
Okay. Would you mind if I used your computer?
Would you mind if I take
I took
mm, your phone?
your phone. Oh. Would you mind if I left my cat with you for 2 weeks?
Yes, sorry, I am allergic.
Yes, yes, I would mind. I would mind actually. Okay, enough grammar for today. Let's continue with the text by Chris Rose. It's a text about neighbors. Very important topic here in Germany. So let's read and translate.
Neighbors by Chris Rose.
Mhm.
Alberto took a look at his new neighbor and knew that his life was going to get more difficult.
Was going to get more difficult. Took one look, to take one look at somebody, what does it mean?
Echó un vistazo.
Just one look and you go, oh yeah, life is getting more difficult, okay?
Okay. Sería eso, echó un vistazo y a sus nuevos vecinos y supo que su vida iba a ser más difícil.
Right?
He watched them arrive in their big, noisy car and watched them get out. Él vio cómo llegaban con su grande y ruidoso coche y observó cómo salían.
Very good. And watch them get out.
There they were, two of them, as big and as noisy as their car, and smelly and stupid as well.
And smell and stupid as well. So there they were. ¿Qué es esto? Es there is, there are, pero en pasado. They were. Y allí, ya allí estaban los dos. There they were, two of them.
Igual de grandes y ruidosos que el coche, ¿no? Y con cierto aroma estupidez.
Igual de pestosos y estúpidos.
Igual de apestosos y estúpidos.
Okay.
Terrible. He thought, oh, am I going to put up with them? He went to tell Mimi. Mimi was the friend he lived with.
Put up with somebody es aguantarle a alguien. To support. Terrible. How am I going to put up with them? O sea, ¿cómo los voy a aguantar?
Vale, sí. ¿Cómo voy a soportar cuando él venga diciendo Mimi?
He went to tell Mimi, o sea, ha venido a decírselo a Mimi, and Mimi was the friend he lived with. Era la amiga con la que vivía.
Con la que vivía antes, ¿no?
Sí. We are here now.
Have you seen the new neighbor? He asked her. She said, who are they?
No, that's easy, continue.
¿Sabes quiénes son los nuevos vecinos?
Sí, dice, ¿has visto a los nuevos vecinos? No, ¿quiénes son? Who are they?
Two of them The ones we don't like. Big and noisy and stupid and smelly. Just like they always are. Eh, los dos. No me
Ujú,
gusta.
dos de ellos.
Dos de ellos.
Como
No me
un par de dos, por así decirlo. Dos de ellos. The ones we don't like. So, unos, los que no nos gustan.
grandes, ruidosos, estúpidos y olorosos. Justo just like they always do. Right?
Ujú, just like they always are. Así como siempre son. It's like ironic way of speaking.
Okay. Oh no, said Minnie. How awful. Still, I suppose we can just ignore them. ¿O no? Dijo Mimi. Awful era,
Awful, como asqueroso, terrible, desagradable.
sería como cierta asquerosidad, ¿no?
Ujú,
Eh, Supongo que podremos ignorarlos.
ujú. We can just ignore them.
I suppose you are right, agreed Alberto. We'll just have to ignore them. Supongo, he imaginado, he supuesto lo mismo.
Ujú. I
Eh,
suppose you are right. I suppose you are right.
Supongo que está
Crees que tienes
cierto.
razón. Tienes razón. You are right. Tienes razón. ¿Y como decir no tienes razón?
Eh,
You are wrong. Wrong or mistaken. You are wrong. You're right. Okay, next.
for a few days, then Alberto and Mimi tried to ignore their new neighbors por, por unos pocos días.
Ujú,
Alberto y Mimi probaron a ignorar los nuevos vecinos. Eh, when the neighbors went out for a walk, Alberto and Mimi didn't say hello to them. Cuando los nuevos vecinos salen a pasear,
ujú.
Alberto y
Salían,
Mimi,
en pasado went out for a walk.
Alberto y Mimi no les decía hola.
Didn't say hello. O
Salud.
sea, no los saludaban.
When the neighbors were in their garden, Alberto and Mimi went inside. Cuando los vecinos salían al jardín, o estaban en el jardín, ellos se metían dentro.
Yeah.
This was okay for a few days, but perhaps
Inevitably.
inevitably, things didn't stay with this way. Eh, Estaba bien por unos días, pero era
Perhaps. Posiblemente.
posiblemente inevitable. eh,
Las
estar,
cosas no irían de esta manera. No iban a ir de esta manera. This way. De este modo. Okay. Yeah.
eh, One day, Alberto woke up from his sleep to find one of the neighbors in his garden. Mimi, he
Shouted.
shouted, "Have you seen this? He's, he's in our garden, look." Un día Alberto se levantó de dormir y
Ujú.
vio y encontró a uno de los vecinos en su jardín.
Yeah.
Eh, Mimi gritó él, ¿no? Digamos. Mimi gritó él. eh, ¿Has visto eso? Él está,
Ujú.
él está en nuestro jardín, mira. Oh, terrible, said Mimi.
Terrible. No pronuncia es en Spanish. Terrible.
Mm,
Terrible.
Terrible, said Mimi.
Terrible. Just
Terrible,
imagine that you got no teeth. How terrible.
terrible, terrible. Let's call our staff and make sure they get rid of him immediately.
Immediately. Apunta, get rid of somebody. Es deshacerse de alguien. Get rid of. Y si lo usamos con cosas, get rid of something es evitar algo. O sea, hacer que algo no te afecte.
Terrible. Llama staff. Sería como
Está ser personal.
llama al personal y haz
Make sure es como asegúrate. Make sure they
asegúrate de que
get
lo
rid
echen.
of him immediately.
Asegúrate de que lo echen. Inmediatamente. Mimi went off to call their staff. 2 minutes later, Alberto and Mimi's head of staff was out in the garden trying to get rid of the unwelcome neighbor. Mimi fue a llamar al personal. Minutos después, Alberto y Mimi estaban.
No. 2 minutes later, Alberto and Mimi's, o sea, de Alberto y de Mimo, head of staff es el jefe del personal. O sea, el jefe del personal de Alberto y Mimi was out, estaba fuera, in the garden, en el jardín, trying to get rid of the unwelcome neighbor. Intentando deshacerse de un vecino
Del indeseable vecino, pero
indeseable, sí, como no invitado, unwelcome.
go on, he shouted. Get out of her. Go home. The neighbor didn't say anything, but gave Alberto and Mimi head of staff a dirty look. Then he went back on his garden.
Into his garden.
His garden. Ok. Vete de aquí, le gritaba. Vete a casa. El vecino no dijo nada, pero
Gave Alberto and Mimi's head of staff, o sea, literalmente le ha dado al jefe de personal de Alberto y Mimi a dirty look.
una
So,
mala
le he hecho una mirada mala. Dirty look.
A ver, la parte del final la traducí así, pero digo lo primero, claro, darle una mala mirada, ¿no? Y se fue del jardín.
Into his garden. Y se fue al suyo. Continue.
Alberto and Mimi felt better and then
Asked.
asked their head of staff to prepare their lunch for them. Alberto y Mimi se sentían mejor y le preguntaron al jefe de personal para preparar la comida para ellos.
Pedir, ask. Ask no es solo preguntar. Ask to, mira, porque aquí tienes ask, luego to prepare. Ask to prepare, o sea, pedir. Ha pedido que preparara la comida para ellos.
However, it wasn't enough. Over the next few days, Alberto and Mimi often found one or other of both, or both, of their new, of their new, of the new
Neighbors.
neighbors walking around their own garden.
However, sin embargo,
sin embargo, pero it wasn't enough.
wasn't enough, no fue suficiente.
No fue suficiente. Los siguientes días, Alberto y Mimi a veces veían a uno u otro,
A menudo encontraban, often, a menudo, found one or other or both of the neighbors, el uno, el otro
los dos juntos,
o los dos,
de los nuevos vecinos caminando alrededor o por su jardín.
por su jardín.
It was terrible to show how they felt. Alberto and Mimi went into their neighbor's garden at night when the neighbors were inside and broke all the flowers.
It's like a neighbor's war.
Será terrible
To show how they felt, para demostrar cómo se sentían.
para demostrar cómo se sentían. Alberto y Mimi fueron al jardín de sus vecinos en la noche, cuando los vecinos estaban dentro, a romper todas las flores, a pisar. The next morning, one of the neighbors came to talk to Alberto. Hey, he said. Hey, you. Alberto ignored him, but he continued talking. You came into
You came into our garden
last night and broke all the flowers. Lo llamó varias veces, Alberto lo ignoró y siguió mientras que él seguía hablando. Y tú viniste a mi jardín la anterior noche y me pisaste las flores.
y
Alberto,
luego la rompiste o
Alberto didn't
destruir.
say, but gave his neighbor a dirty look. No, I'm in trouble. Continued his neighbor. They think I didn't. They think I did.
I did it.
Alberto no
No
dijo
dijo
nada,
nada, le
pero
echó.
dejó una mala mirada al vecino. Entonces estoy en lo cierto, continuó el vecino. They think I did.
I did it. Ahora ellos piensan que lo hice yo.
Who are they? Asked Alberto. My owners, of course, replied the neighbor. Como que ellos.
No. My owners. Who are they? ¿Ellos quién? Preguntó Alberto. Dice, my owners, of course. Mis dueños, por supuesto.
Mis dueños, por supuesto, dijo el vecino. Owners, said Alberto. You have owners? Course, we do, said his neighbor. Don't you?
Don't you? A los
Eh,
dueños, ¿tenéis dueños? Of course we do. Claro que sí, claro que tenemos. ¿Vosotros no?
Oh no, replied Alberto. We have staff.
We have staff. Oh no, we have staff. Pero nosotros no, nosotros tenemos personal.
Alberto went to tell Mimi that the neighbors didn't have staff, but they had owners. Alberto fue a decirle a Mimi que los vecinos no tenían personal, sino tenían siervos, esclavos.
Si no tenían sino que tenían dueños.
That's no surprise, said Mimi. That explains everything. That why they're so noisy and smelly and stupid. We need to make their owners become staff. No me sorprende, dijo Mimi. Ella explicó, ¿no?
That
Y
explains everything. Esto lo explica todo.
esto lo explica todo porque ellos son ruidosos, sucios y estúpidos. Ellos necesitan tener dueño en vez de personal.
We need to make their owners become staff. O sea que tenemos que convertir sus dueños en personal.
The next day, Alberto and Mimi were actually very friendly with the new neighbors. They tried to explain how to make the owners become staff. El siguiente día, Alberto y Mimi fueron muy amigables con los nuevos vecinos. Ellos intentaron explicarles porque es que no entiendo la frase esa, make to the owners become staff.
Es filosófico.
Pues eso.
Es filosófico. Bueno, lo mando, lo que queda, lo copio, lo mando entero. Es filosófico, es para pensar. It's a bit philosophical to make you think how you treat things in your life and like why that people sometimes get angry and noisy and difficult to deal with you. So like if you want to get something in life, it is better to be friendly and not to bark. O sea, no ladrar, sino que intentar hacer una cosa. Es como una cosita para pensar, tiene como doble sentido, no hay que mirarlo literalmente. Okay, so we finished by that. Please try to talk to Juan. I don't know why is he missing the lessons last time. I didn't see him last week either.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send him a message as well on the group.
Okay.
So we had the lessons on for the St. Valentine's Day. Oh gosh. Okay, anyway, so thank you for your time and I see you on Wednesday.